Shar Hala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, through water, above Baal, called Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone that teaches truth, the 100% truth according to the Bible. And the title of this lesson today is going to be called Limitless. And kind of basically going into how our enemies undermine our brilliance. You know, we have a lot of brilliant minds amongst Jake, man, you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. You know, our people were the ones that built the pyramids over there in Egypt, you know, for the Egyptians. And any other society that we were captured under, we always helped build their kingdom. But when the Lord comes back, we're going to be building and be putting our resources and our power to building our kingdom. Same as it was when the time of after King David had passed and King Solomon took over and he started building our kingdom. The same is going to happen today when we come back into power. And I'm just going to show a few videos and that I'm going to hit up with some precepts to kind of show you how E has been undermining society and holding the people back and holding the world back for his greed and through his corruption. So let me hit these videos, some on TikTok and Facebook. Oh, bear with me, damn. Might not be able to show this.
The legend, Moses West right here, right in front of one of his great machines, and it is making water right now.
Yep, and this is the machine that we're going to use to actually take diesel that you produce, and we're going to actually show you turn that diesel into water.
Yep,
we're
plastic
actually going to show
water.
You. Plastic into water. We're actually going to show you.
Let me stop there right quick. Now, the older brother in that video is Moses West. He's the one that invented this machine that pulls the moisture out of the air and is able to make pure water. Now, he went to Detroit, you know, where they had the problem with Flint, Michigan with the water being with the lead pipes. So he went to Flint, Michigan and started giving people free water. So what the powers that be went in there and sabotaged his machine. You may have seen articles on that, how they try to sabotage his machines. But, you know, they didn't stop the brother. He still kept doing what he was going to do. But usually, a lot of times in those cases, man, they make people like that disappear, or they somehow they send them to the spirit world. But he's been holding on. We see how long it lasts. Now, the young brother that's in that video also, he think he's from over Africa somewhere. But, you know, he's got to be an Israelite. And he invented a way to make fuel from like all this plastic waste that, you know, that's thrown away into the landfills. And he's able to extract the fuel out of it and make fuel, you know. So it's kind of recycled material, and then you make fuel to run the engines. So he got with the brother Moses West, and therefore, you know, it's all sustainable. You know, he's making the fuel for his machine, which, you know, needs some type of fuel to run, which pulls the moisture out of the atmosphere to make clean drinking water. And, you know, water is a vital agent to us being able to survive, man. You can't go 3 days, no more than 3 days without drinking water. I think it's 3 days without water and 3 weeks without food, 3 minutes without air. So always remember that.
Happening. The process of this machine running that generator, running the generator back here on the diesel that Julian produces, and we are going to make water with that.
Yes,
so all around the world, what you can do is you can take plastic, recycle that plastic into a fuel, and turn it into water that people can drink. And we all know that there's no shortage of plastic.
And one thing about E does not like that, man, because these brothers doing it for free. E always wants something that's he can make money off of it, man. That proves he's the devil, you know. And like I said, brothers doing it from their heart, man. They trying to give back to the community, give back to the world. And like I say, people like that, they will unalive them because it cuts into their profit margin. Talking about E's profit margin, man. E don't want that. He wants you to be able to buy his water and be able to buy his fuel. And if you don't do that, they're going to they'll make you disappear, man. But I'm pretty much ended there. And hit this other video. It shows you what kind of society that we live in, man. That the world is being held back.
How to regrow teeth using frequency. The problem is, this was in 2006. It's 2024 now. Where's this technology? So they basically use something called low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, massages the gums to stimulate the jaws, and encourages growth in the roots of the teeth and aids healing in dental tissue. This guy claims if the root is broken, it can now be fixed, and because we can regrow the teeth root, a patient could have his own tooth rather than foreign objects in his mouth. Keep in mind, though, this would disrupt the industry of fillings, root canals, just about every damn near dental procedure that there is. The way they figured out this worked before they tried it on humans was that they did it on rabbits, which was published in the American Journal of Orthodontics. He then tested the technique on people who needed to get their teeth pulled. Participants held the bulky ultrasound device for 20 minutes a day for 4 weeks against a tooth that had a problem, such as erosion after a root canal. When he looked at the extracted teeth under the microscope, he found new tissue was added to the roots of the treated teeth, but not to the untreated ones. It's just interesting that we don't hear anything about this. It's been so long. I wonder if this is an example of suppressed technologies. These three...
There you go again, another example, man, of holding back technology that can make life so much better for people. And it goes back to what was his name, Nicholas Tesla. There's another one. You know, they suppressed his invention to give everybody free energy, and so they downplayed his invention and pretty much cast him out as being a lunatic.
Something real quick. Now, when you...
Let me chop up couple more videos real quick. Is that the one I just saw?
I'm gonna name off some random people, and you tell me how many random coincidences there are. So this is Dmitry Petronov. Apparently, he created a plasma battery that powered his two-story house for 16 months. In 2010, he went to a bakery, and that's the last time the world ever saw him. Coincidentally, this is Zachary Warfield. He was also working on a plasma battery. He even met with Dmitry a couple of times to exchange notes. He died in a crazy boating accident. Stefan Marinov was the leader of the European free energy movement. Apparently, they made a ton of headway. He had a breakthrough, but he fell out of a window. What? Oh, by the way, if you've already seen this video, it's because I posted one and it got pulled down for community guidelines. I'm appealing it. It might come back up, but I figured I'd make it again. John Mullen was a nuclear physicist that worked with one of the largest military contractors in the world. He discovered something big, but then died of arsenic poisoning. But don't worry, his girlfriend was the suspect. They actually found her dead in her apartment as well. Well, that's the end of that. No other suspects. Okay, case closed. This is Eugene Malov. He's an expert physicist that claimed to have a prototype of a free energy device that utilized cold fusion. You're never going to believe this. The day before he was going to release this to the public, he was beaten to death, and nobody can find his research. Ari Degoe also worked on a free energy device and actually patented his technology. He was headed to the airport to go meet some investors, but he never made his flight. They found him dead in his car. What? Rory Johnson was said to have built a car motor that utilized cold fusion and can get over 500 horsepower. The U.S. Department of Energy put a restraining order on his technology so that he could not release it. He was super healthy, but I guess he mysteriously died? Mark Tomian also patented some zero-point energy systems. He developed a prototype, but died. And again, his research is missing. Stan Myers was said to have built a car that ran on water. He was meeting with 2 investors at lunch when he suddenly died. His last words were, "I have been poisoned." Nikola Tesla was obsessed with discovering free energy. The poorest people in the world. It would bring everybody up. And it was said, on a small scale, he proved it. So he went to his funder to ask for more money, and his funder pulled the funding. This was J.P. Morgan. Now, I know this is just a coincidence. It has nothing to do with the fact that he owned General Electric, he owned freaking copper mines, rubber mills, everything within the fossil fuel system he had a piece of. Oh, by the way, Tesla was blacklisted from the industry. Nobody would fund him. He died penniless, but the government came in after he died and confiscated all of his research. There were 80 boxes. When it was deemed that it should be given to his nephew, only 60 boxes were given. What happened to the boxes? I'm sure they just consolidated them. But the elites wouldn't suppress technology that would benefit all people, right? Because we're trying to advance as a society, not, make every single ounce of profit we can. Anyways, let's play a game. I'm gonna name off some random...
And that's just a few other lists, man. You can go back to the shooting up in Buffalo, where he was targeting a black grocery store, so-called black grocery store. And one of the security guards there, he worked on the side. He was like a scientist, and he was building a water-powered engine, for vehicles. Other people had done it before in the past. Well, anyhow, that's what he's working on. He's about to get a patent on it, and all of a sudden, mysteriously and coincidentally, he's one of the victims that were killed up there in that Buffalo mass shooting at the grocery store. So, ain't no such thing as coincidence, man. They tell you that in the movies. What was the Godfather? He said, if anything were to fall, if anything would happen to one of my sons, I don't believe in coincidence. So the same thing as today, man. And yeah, we're in some deadly serious times, man. You got the wicked that's ruling the earth. Everything is corrupted. The governments are corrupted. The politicians, the doctors, all these people are corrupted because it's all about vanity and their gain. And so that's why we're going to need a higher power to come in and destroy this system, man, and bring in our new king, man, King David, that's going to rule over under the authority rule of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And we're going to force this world, man, to abide by our laws, statutes, commandments, man. That's where we're going to rule them with a hard rulership to whip them back in place. I think it's called with the rod of steel. That's how we're going to beat them back into to being righteous, man, all over the world. And let me hit some precepts, man. Ecclesiastes. I have a hard time saying that one. 5 and 8. If thou seest the oppressor of the poor and violent perverting the judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher and highest regardeth, and their being higher than they. So the Yahushua, at the end of the day, man, he's overruling all these powers that rule over us, man. So, he allowed them to do what they're doing for right now. But, justice is going to be served, man. Right now, the devil's ruling the earth. He's got the whole world in a chokehold, and he's holding back progress, man. That's why people are here in poverty right now all over the world, man. But yet these oligarchs have enough money hand over fist, man, to make everybody live a sustainable life. But that's not what he's here for to do, man. He's here to be the wicked, and he's playing his role, man, to the utmost, man. So the Lord's gonna remove him out of power, and it's just gonna take just 1 hour. Galatians chapter 6, verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. And that's when we come into power. We're going to have these spiritual abilities and powers, man, to make this place, this planet a better place, man, because we're going to be ruling this planet up under these laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But right now, under the system, everything's corrupted, man. That's why it refuses to go past the ceiling, man. That's why things are held back, especially in Babylon the Great, man. All these other nations have surpassed us as far as infrastructure, buildings, and all those things. But here in Babylon the Great, man, this place is so corrupted that it's starting to collapse on itself because of the power at the top, man. It's sucking all the life forces out of the those at the bottom. And so that's why it's about to have this economic collapse. It's all about greed, taking for themselves, not building and helping society. But in our kingdom, man, we come in powership and rulership. These heathens, man, they're going to be in much better position than they ever been than being up under Esau Edom, man. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 19. While they promise them liberty, them themselves are the servants of corruption. And what do? They go out here and promise you that they want to free you, give you the right to do whatever you want to do. But at the same time, they're destroying you and undermining you, man. They're holding you back, you know, behind the closed doors, behind their policies and all these things that they come up with. For whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. And, you know, right now, we still in bondage, man. We are prisoners of war in this system, man, in this corrupt system that we in. They give you the illusion of thinking that you're free, that, you know, you can come up with something and you're going to, you know, you work hard, you're going to prosper, but not in this society, man. They really hold you to got a ceiling over you, and you can't go past that ceiling. Almost the same thing as it was in the time of sharecropping. You know, they had the slaves, once they freed them from bondage, they would let them work the fields, but they gave them just enough to stay in debt so they can't go nowhere. And that's how it is in this society. They jack the prices of the houses that you want to try to buy. And takes you damn near 50 years to pay off a house mortgage, man. And by that time, the house is obsolete, man. It's, you know, it doesn't keep up. The price of your cars are overvalued. They don't last long. So when you drive it off the lot, it already depreciates about 40% of its value. Might be 50%. This is a system that's designed to fail, man. And that's why, you know, it's coming to an end. That's why we have to rely on our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 19. Okay, I just read that one. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 5 and 6. Shalaki. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what we're about to go into, man. We about to see plagues. We about to see famine. We about to see all type of pestilence that's going to be going on. We're going to see all type of destruction through the whirlwind, you know, through what they like to call is Mother Nature, man. But it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah sending that whirlwind. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So right now, these Edomites are ruling the whole world, man. These oligarchs that rule at the top, those banking families, those are the ones that's got the whole world corrupted. Those are the ones that bribe officials, bribe these governments to do their bidding, man. If they don't do their bidding, then they're going to take them out. You just saw in that video, man, where these people had come up with these inventions, and all of a sudden they miraculously or mysteriously disappeared, or something happened to them. Daniel chapter 7, verse 17. These great beasts, which are 4 kings, which shall arise out of the earth. And that was during the time of Alexander the Great, man, when he was, or they called it the Great Alexander the Greek, really, Shalakia. And when he came and conquered the earth, you know, that's put them in rulership. That's the beginning of their kingdom, man. That was that beast. And those 4 kings, when he died, they took over his rulership, man, his 4 generals. So let's go into 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils multiplied in the earth. So that's when shit really went to hell, man, once these Edomites came into power. And that's why we at this position where we're at now, man, where we got corrupted food that's poisoning the people, that's destroying the people. A corrupted educational system that to keep the people indoctrinated in sin and debauchery, which keeps them at a lower level. They don't want you to rise up past that one level, man. Okay, going to Isaiah chapter 24, verse 3. The land shall be utterly emptied, utterly spoiled. The land right now is spoiled, man. It's being destroyed, man, through their what is it called? Fracking, through their poisoning the waterways with their factories. You know, with all their forever plastics, it's all, you know, that's all being dumped in the landfills and into the oceans. That's killing the animals. You know, with the chemtrails and shit they pumping into the air that goes into the waterways, that's land on the crops and on the plants and the birds and all that. You know, all these things are being corrupted and being spoiled by Esau Edom. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. People, you know, people in pain, man. People crying out. Majority of the world, man. Majority of the world is under distress up under these people that rule the earth, man. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. And that's one thing with us, man. Like we supposed to stay in agreement with that covenant, that covenant that we made with the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And so they changed the ordinance, they changed the laws, and everything that they do is contrary to our laws, statutes, commandments, man. And last precept, verse 6, Isaiah 24, verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And so, you know, right now the earth is being spoiled by these ruling oligarchs over the earth, man. And like I said, they come into these countries, and their countries don't agree to what they want to have done or with their rules. They're going to send in these economic hitmen. You know, they're going to take these people out. They're going to destabilize the government, as they did in Venezuela. And that's why, you know, their money is not worth anything. And then now the trick bag, they got them coming up here to try to create dissension and create this civil war, man. They trying to create dissension so they can bring in their next phase is putting everybody in perpetual rulership under the MOTB, under that charagma. So I'm going to show you two more videos, and we're going to end it there.
It's the food that they think is the same is not the same anymore.
Fair use.
Everybody's for free choice. Whether we're liberal or whether we're conservative, we've all got that streak in us. But the fact is, you cannot have free choice unless you have an informed choice. And you can't have an informed choice if they're lying about what's on the label. What about Pam cooking spray? Everybody knows what Pam is. It's some kind of little healthy oil with compressed air that you spray it and it gets on your pan. It's not compressed air. And they don't tell you, but it's butane and propane. People don't understand that they are spraying lighter fluid on their children's hot cakes, and it's fabulously successful. It's the food that they think is the same.
So they keep you in gross darkness, so you don't know what the hell's going on. That's why they try to limit free speech. You know, that's why they monitorize these channels to keep the truth from going out, man. But Lord, you know, the Lord's not going to allow them to do it, man. The truth is going to get out there. That's why you had the prophets out there preaching to the people on the highways and byways and on the internet, which is part of the highways and byways, man. This word is going out, and nothing he can do to stop it. They try to keep you in gross darkness and in ignorance. That's why they indoctrinate your children through these schools and not teach them the real, man. They teach them enough just to keep them stupid, to be mindless workers, man.
Specimen Z isn't Carter's body. What is it? Specimen Z is a cure for...
By the way, it's fair use for educational purposes only, not making any monetary gains from this with that.
Answer. Carter didn't die. He cured himself.
Hold it right there.
Carter, you found a cure for cancer?
Well, I didn't come up with it. A couple of eggheads I hired did. One of them's a Chinese. Boy, I don't like those people. But holy crap, wind them up and watch them go.
How long have you had this?
I don't know. When was that Who Let the Dogs Out song?
You've had this since 1999?
I could have you arrested for breaking in here.
Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
What? That's insane! Carter, what you're doing here is criminal, and I'm going to tell the whole world about it.
Is that right? Who's going to believe you? The internet? You'll be just another nutjob left-wing blogger.
We're now learning that of the 62 people killed in the plane crash in Brazil, 8 of them were cancer specialists that were on their way